Yo, what's up, people? What's up? This is Tireo, and I am back, y'all, with another video and also another eye-opening message. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about a dream that I had the other day, and I'm also going to tell you people what exactly the dream means, okay? Because I had a powerful dream the other morning as I was sleeping, and God woke me up. And after God woke me up, he spoke to me and told me exactly what the dream means. And I have dozens of dreams all of the time, and I even have a dream booklet to whereas I have all of my dreams written in a booklet. But this dream right here touched me the most. It touched me the most because God basically took me into a certain realm in heaven in the dream. So here we go. I'm about to get into the dream, and I'm going to tell you people the dream first. And then I'm going to tell you what the dream means on what God showed me, because this is some powerful and eye-opening stuff. And I'm going to name this, Don't Miss Your Train. Don't miss your train. Don't miss your train. Okay, here we go. Now, okay, as I was sleeping in the morning, I went into the dream. And in the dream, it was me and some other guys. And I didn't even know these guys. And it was like, I think 5 of us. And in the dream, the light was on me. The light was on me in a dream. And me and these other guys were standing in front of a moving train. The train was moving very, very, very fast. And we were standing in front of a moving train. And as we were standing in front of this moving train, God was talking to me, and Jesus was telling me to jump on the train. And the most crazy part about it, I was afraid to jump on a train. And I'm like, I'm not about to jump on this train. So as me and these other guys standing there, God didn't even speak to them. He didn't even speak to them at all. He spoke directly to me. And God said, Tireo, jump on a train. Now remember, God is telling me to jump on a train as the train is moving. So in the dream, I'm scared. I'm nervous, because what person in their rightful mind would jump on a moving train? Okay, but remember, y'all, God is telling me to do this. God is telling me to jump on this moving train. So here it is. As God is telling me to jump on this moving train, I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm frightened, right? Now, I didn't jump on the train. I didn't do it. I was like, I'm not jumping on that train, man. I'm not doing it. So remember, God told me to jump on a train, a moving train, and I didn't do it. And the train was moving rapidly, meaning the train was moving fast. It was moving fast. And God was telling me to jump on that train. Now, I didn't jump on the train because, once again, I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm shaking up. The train is moving too fast. I'm thinking, man, if I jump on a train, I'm going to die. This is insane. This don't make sense. So I didn't jump on a train. Now watch this. As I made up the choice to not jump on a train, because remember, it's my choice. It's my free will. It's my choice. As I made up the choice to not jump on the train, the dream switched. The dream shifted. And once the dream shifted, I ended up sitting in a chair talking to Jesus. Now understand this. I ended up sitting in a chair talking to the real Jesus. I'm talking about the black Jesus. I'm not talking about the white pagan Christ that Christians follow and that they believe in. I'm talking about the real black Messiah. The dream shifted, and I ended up in a chair talking to the black Jesus. Jesus shows up on the scene. He's standing in front of me. I'm sitting in the chair. And Jesus said, Tireo, you did not jump on a train. And I'm like, Jesus, the train was moving, man. Like, how can I jump on a moving train? I would have got hurt. I would have died. So me and Jesus is talking, going back and forth about me not jumping on the moving train. And Jesus told me, he said, Tireo, but you didn't jump on a train, man. And I'm like, but Jesus, the train was moving. And if I would have jumped on a train, I would have died, got hurt, nada, right? So me and Jesus going back and forth talking about this whole situation, right? And once again, I'm sitting in the chair talking to him. All of a sudden, Jesus tells me, he said, okay, Tireo, I'm going to show you what would have happened if you would have jumped on a train. I'm going to repeat that to y'all. Jesus told me, he said, Tireo, I am going to show you what would have happened if you would have jumped on the moving train. Now watch this, y'all. This is where it gets real. This stuff blew me away. This blew me away. I get up out the chair. Jesus takes my hand and he brings me in front of the moving train. Now, this was the crazy part about it. When he brought me in front of the moving train, I didn't even see those other guys that was in a dream. They was gone. So Jesus brings me in front of the moving train. Okay. We transcend back to the moving train. So me and Jesus standing by the moving train, and Jesus showed me myself. I saw myself standing there getting ready to jump on a train. He basically showed me what I was supposed to do. Now watch this, y'all. Listen to me clearly and watch this. As Jesus was showing me what I was supposed to do, I'm standing next to Jesus, and me and Jesus is looking at the train moving, and I see myself getting ready to jump on a train. So watch this. Here we go. I jumped on a train. I ran and I took a leap of faith and I jumped on a moving train. As I jumped into the train, I ended up in a certain part of heaven. This stuff blew me away. As I jumped on the moving train, I ended up in a certain part of heaven in seconds, in like 3 seconds, man. The whole dream shifted as I jumped on a moving train. When I jumped on a moving train, I went into the train and I entered a certain part of heaven. This place was so beautiful. It was amazing, man. I saw beautiful waterfalls like I have never seen in my life. The grass was so green. It was amazing. I saw people playing and running around. I even saw lions chilling, sitting there. People playing, kids running around playing, having a good time. The waterfall was so amazing, it blew my mind, man. And then Jesus comes to me in the realm of heaven. He take my hand and we are walking through heaven and he talking to me. I am so shocked at the stuff that I'm seeing. It's blowing me away. Okay, it's literally blowing me away. Watch this. All of a sudden, Jesus changes the dream up and we end up back in the chair. Now I'm back sitting in the chair. And I was so disappointed at myself because I didn't jump on that train. Remember, Jesus took me to a certain part of heaven. He showed me all that stuff. And then right after that, the dream switched again. And I ended up sitting in a chair again talking to Jesus. I was so shocked and I was so hurt because I let Jesus down in a dream. And I was telling him, Jesus, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know that all of that was going to happen. I didn't know. So I'm sitting in the chair apologizing to Jesus about not jumping on a train because I didn't know that the train, you know what I'm saying, was a connection to heaven's blessings. And I didn't know. I didn't even know. So I'm sitting back in the chair. I'm apologizing to Jesus. I feel hurt. I feel crushed. I feel so sad because I didn't take that leap of faith to jump on a train. Jesus is talking to me and he tell me it's okay. And then right after that, and then right after me and Jesus' conversation, boom, God woke me up from my dream. God woke me up from my dream. He woke me up from the dream. Now watch this. As God wakes me up from the dream, I'm laying there and I am in total shock. I was so amazed at the things that I saw and how the dream happened. And as I'm laying in a bed, I'm like, God, why did you allow me to have that dream? Why would you even allow me to feel like that? Why would you allow me to not jump on that train and then you take me to heaven and then I'm feeling sorry for it that I didn't take the leap of faith and everything? And God spoke to me clearly, man. He spoke to me. And this is what Jesus said when I woke up from my dream. He said, Tireo, I allowed you to feel how people are going to feel who have rejected the call and they didn't step out on faith and walk with me. That's what he told me. He said, Tireo, I have allowed you to feel how people going to feel who didn't step out on faith and they didn't want to follow me and they didn't want to follow my plan for their life and they was too afraid to jump out on faith and walk with me, son. He said, Tireo, I showed you how they are going to feel when I reject them on judgment day and they can't get into heaven. Man, and let me tell y'all something, man. That was a hurtful feeling, man. Jesus basically allowed me to see how I feel to be standing in front of a moving train. I'm scared to jump on it because I don't know what's going to happen. And then yet he showed me what happens when I jumped on it. He took me to a certain realm of heaven. He brought me back, sat me in a chair, talked to me about it, and then woke me up from my dream. He basically allowed me to feel how people gonna feel who should have stepped out on faith. That's right. People who should have stepped out on faith, man, it's going to be a hurtful feeling for them on judgment day because they're going to miss heaven. They're going to miss everything. And Jesus said, Tireo, I gave you that dream because I want you to feel how they going to feel who rejected me and who scared to step out on faith. And I was like, wow. And I ain't going to lie, man. I woke up. I was so amazed by that stuff. And after Jesus told me that, I was so grateful to be chosen by him and walking in the journey. And I am so glad that I stepped out on faith and gave my life to God. And I got to say this to all of you people, man. Everybody got a moving train in their life. Everybody have a moving train that's in front of you. All of us got a moving train. And the thing is, you can't be afraid to jump on it. All of us got a moving train. The train is moving by every single one of you people right now who listening to this. But see, the thing is, the majority of you people are afraid to step out on faith and jump on that moving train, just like I was in the dream. You see, because the train is moving too fast. It's moving too fast. And let me tell you something, and let me give you the revelation of that. When God shows up in your life, he's going to show up moving fast. Remember, God is not going to come in your life and be moving slow, because God is a fast-paced God. When God shows up in your life, he's always going to show up in your life moving fast. And you got to jump out. You got to jump out on faith, man. You got to jump out on faith. And see, a lot of people, y'all, this is the revelation of it. A lot of people are afraid to jump out on faith in this walk with God. They move too slow, they scared, they nervous, and they miss the blessing. They miss the blessing. And that's what my dream was all about. People are too afraid to jump out on faith with God, and they miss the blessing. And all of you got a moving train. All of you got a moving train, man, that's moving right in front of you, and you are afraid to jump out on faith and walk with God and do what he called you to do and step out on faith. You are afraid. You afraid. A lot of you people are afraid to jump out on faith and be alone. A lot of you people are afraid to jump out on faith and take a stand for Christ. A lot of you people are afraid to jump out on faith and do what God is calling you to do. I jumped out on faith when I was 18 years old and gave up everything to follow Jesus. Everything. And God is using this dream that he gave me to speak to you. Don't miss your moving train, man. Don't let that moving train pass you by. What is the moving train, Tireo? Who is the moving train? The moving train is Jesus. The moving train is Jesus. It's Jesus. Because when Jesus shows up in your life, he moves fast. And you got to be able to keep up with him and just jump out on faith. And in the dream, it's so crazy because in the dream, I was standing in front of that moving train and I ain't know what was going on. I just was afraid. And see, that's the thing with Christ. You got to jump out on faith whether you afraid or not. You got to just do it because God is not going to give you all the answers. Remember, without faith, it's impossible to please God. It's impossible to please him. You can't please God without faith. You can't even go to the end without faith. And in that dream, that train was moving so fast, I was nervous. I'm scared. I didn't want to do it. And when God showed me myself jumping on the train, I went into a certain realm in heaven. Heaven is the blessings, man. That's the blessings. That's what heaven mean in a dream, the blessings. And see, the problem is with all of you folks, you're too afraid to jump out on faith with Jesus to get your blessings. You see, remember, the moving train is Christ. And that realm of heaven that I was in, that's the blessings. And see, for you folks, you are too afraid to jump out on faith with Jesus to get your blessings. Powerful, amazing dream. I have a lot of dreams, y'all, but this dream touched me the most because, man, when I jumped, it's crazy because when God showed me myself jumping in that train, I jumped in it and was in heaven in 3 to 4 seconds with Jesus. And Jesus was walking with me, holding my hand, talking to me and everything. I saw a waterfall so beautiful, it blew me away, man. It's crazy. And that's the deal, y'all. Don't miss your moving train. Who is the moving train, Tireo? The moving train is Jesus Christ. And what is the realm of heaven that you was in? That's your blessings. And in order for you to get those blessings, you got to jump on the moving train. You got to jump on Jesus. You got to jump on him. You got to jump on him, man. I'm already doing it in my life. I jumped on this train when I was 18 years old. That's why I'm where I'm at in God today. But see, you folks, it's time for you to get to the place where God wants you to be. And you got to jump on that moving train. Once again, that moving train is Jesus. And that realm of heaven that I was in is the blessings. Don't miss your moving train because all of you, every single person got a moving train in front of them. The question is, who is going to jump on it? Whoever jumps on the moving train, that's the ones who go higher in God. That's the ones who get all the favor and the blessings. And everybody else who don't jump on it, they miss it. They miss God. They miss the calling. They miss Jesus' voice. They miss the relationship. They miss the whole thing because remember, in this walk with God, you got to jump out on faith. Yep. And see, the problem is, God is not going to slow down the train for y'all. See, the problem is with you people, you want God to slow down the train. I wanted the train to slow down in the dream, but it didn't slow down. And that's one thing about God. God is not going to slow down his train to pick you up. You got to just jump on it. That's right. God is not going to slow down who he is to pick you up. You just got to jump on it. Listen to this clearly. God is not going to slow down who he is to pick you up. You got to jump on it. You got to jump on it, man. Amazing, powerful dream, y'all. So I had to share all of that with y'all, man. You know, y'all already know the deal. And I might do more videos. I might do more videos on all of my other dreams because I have so many dreams. It's amazing to where I have a booklet just full of all my dreams, man. It's crazy. So I might do more videos on my dreams depending on what Jesus tells me and all of that good stuff. So with all that being said, y'all, this is Tireo, man, and I'm out. Peace.